This is my intro. Hello, it has been a while since I filmed this video and it is going up at the end of May when this was originally filmed in like February, so apologies in advance. We've moved now, we'll do a new studio tour at some point, not sure when. Otherwise I hope you guys enjoyed this or enjoy it because it hasn't started yet, and make sure to like, subscribe and also follow our social media. Our next release is Marvel themed, so if you're interested in that, check it out. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll let you guys watch the video now. Okay, so as you enter the room, you can kind of see an overview which you would have already seen, and we'll turn left. I'm not very good at my directions. And right here I have a shelf which is actually attached to the wall. On top is my shredded paper, and then I have like non-candle items as well as the candle packs and like soaps, and then I just have excess candles on the bottom, and at the very bottom is my Cricut and water to fill up the wax melter, and then the thing on the side. And then right next to that is the main product shelf. So right on top we have the shelves in this box up here for events, and then excess boxes and packaging. On the top shelf it's a bit of a mismatch right now, I know it's a little bit out of focus. So we have our collab candles, mystery bargain box items, tins of soap, the enamel pins and lip products. Then going down we slowly just have candles. On the top row tends to be like my permanent products here and here up to a point, and then the other half is new items. And then down here as you go down further is excess items from previous releases. And then as you go down we have our cold processed soaps and dice for roll for hygiene, and then just excess items and excess boxes. We don't really have much stock, like overall we have a lot of stock for us, but we have lots of space to allow for Christmas time, so that's important. And then to the right of that is our empty vessels shelf. So on top Byron has jigged up these boxes. It's a little bit not straight for the lids. We have our big collab jars there. On top I have my 2 soap cutters, more boxes, and then here I have the sample shot packs, shot pots, lip balm tubes which I haven't undone because we're moving, and then excess lids, extra items, wax melt things, you know, the usual, bubble bath jars, and then this is our 60ml, and here right now I have some tester candles. Underneath that is our 120ml glass with a few tins in front because you'll see our tins are full right now, and then 250ml glass. Byron is the one who organises this for me, thankfully. As you go down further we have the whipped soap and whipped sugar scrub and coffee scrub jars, extra lids and stuff. I can't remember exactly what those are for right now. Yeah, and then further down we have the room spray stuff, and then finally the tins. So yeah, that's how that is. And at the very bottom, so this is one box of tins, the rest of the tins are stored elsewhere. At the very bottom I have the custom printed tissue paper, I can't remember the name for it, and then just extra boxes. You can kind of see just excess jars down there, and then we have our boxes here. So that is the overview of empty things and products in this room, which is really good. It's a really good space for us. Turning around in the middle, and you can kind of see other stuff, we have this bench here, and on this bench, it's really hard to show you, is Wix, my stand mixer, which is a kitchen mixer. Oh my gosh, I hope you can't hear that my own motorcycle in the background. What do you call these, like jars for making stuff and things? Bubble wrap, which is currently empty, and then oils and like butters, so cocoa butter, coconut oil. Okay, so the last thing I showed you was this desk or this table, and next to it is this set of drawers that I will show you soon. And I had to stop filming because someone was mowing the lawns and now someone's drilling. It's just what we do. Anyway, over here I have this table, and this is one of the main workbenches I use for making items. Behind it is a corkboard with just cosplay related things. Here I have wax colorants, like candle colorants. They are these little blocks that I get and I grate them up, but I'm currently looking into another process for those. And then mica powders. Behind the mica powders are more mica powders, which you can't really see. And then glitterants, glitters and like wax embeds. All of our glitters are bio glitters, so they're safe for candle use, and we have tested them before. Underneath is the wax, so these are 2 boxes of wax. I normally have about 4, but I haven't bought any for a little bit because they've gone up in price, and also it is our slow month, so I don't really need that much right now. And whatever that is, an empty box. And underneath I have more boxes for sending orders. This one is also for big orders. I should probably explain that. And then on this L-shaped bench, which is just 2 separate benches, we have our wax melter, which is a 35 litre from a beeswax related place in New Zealand, but it originally comes from Australian candle wax melters or something like that. Can't 100% remember. I got it was about $1,500, which is a lot of money, but it's really big. You can get them now readily available in New Zealand, but when I was buying a wax melter, they were really hard to get. And so only big options were available, but actually I'm happy I got a big option because we kind of need it. I am also looking at getting an additional smaller wax melter for smaller batches, so I don't have to always use that because it's not very smart if I'm doing a small batch to heat up a huge lot. And then I have my whiteboard with the to-do list, which plans out my whole month. Here I have wax drizzle colorants and things. I'm not going to explain it because it's kind of like our thing, but there's a little sneak peek. And then I also have the grater for my wax colours, which yeah, you can see why it's an issue. Here I have a stool that I only really use every so often, so I'll just move it out of the way. I only really use it when I'm labelling things, and then underneath it I have our boxes for sending orders, and in the corner is petty cash and some other things. Here we have our microwave, and underneath that is our heat sealer, some pots and pans and stuff, and then these are our compostable bags. These are just our A4 and our DLE size. We have one bigger size which lives somewhere else. Our samples, which are kind of bare right now because they tend to get down obviously during the month, and excess bubble wrap, which will actually move into the other bubble wrap at some point. On top I have this Ran pack. It's the Eco bubble wrap. Don't really like it, and I just bought this because it was on sale. I'm not going to continue to use it. I don't think it's great for candles, but I think it's great for other things. I just don't trust it because it doesn't have, it collapses really easily in comparison to bubble wrap where it doesn't. I wish I could use this shelf, this top a little bit better, but it doesn't really work because it's right in front of the window. So I'm excited that in our new place there's no windows really, which also sounds a bit sad, but I think it'll be a lot better for me in terms of making. On the wall we have our handy towels or paper towels, and that is the overview of the candle making area. Also, that is a scale. I'd like to get a plug-in scale, but they're really hard to find, so we'll see how it goes. Moving on is this workbench, and this one I tend to use now for putting orders on or fragrances on and stuff, and when I'm organizing, so I tend to use these 2 benches here for making. This one here is for excess stuff, and that one over there is obviously where I pull wax. That tends to be where I also put fragrances and such. Finally, this shelf. Up here I tend to have like cards and stuff, you know, office supplies, etc, etc. Underneath is a printer that's currently dead. It died the other week. Paper, label paper, things for shredding, and other stuff. Behind that is just excess office supplies, to be honest. And then my computer. This is my personal computer, but I do use it for business stuff as well. Normally there's more stuff up here, but because I've been packing, obviously haven't really had the time for showing all that stuff off. And then finally, before I have to quickly change out the card on the camera, up here, this is when I'm packing, and I just leave these here as our custom printed tissue paper. And then this drawer I kind of mentioned, let me show you what's inside the drawer. So in the top drawer here we have a heat gun and other supplies and like mask and stuff for candle making, soap making. Here I have my main big supplies, so my cane molds and things like that I use often. Here I have the like excess stuff, so a sieve for when I make bath salts, stick blender thing, and then at the bottom, and this is a really specialised drawer, this is for my sea salt bars, that's all that's in there. So I briefly spoke about the desk, so yeah, that is the desk there. Don't have much to say about it. Underneath the desk I do store excess bins for the events. That's where I put all the products when we go to events. And then in the wardrobe we took off the doors, which is going to be fun to put back in a few weeks. And in here now we have all of my fragrances and raw materials. So right in front of it right now is some bubble wrap that I will move out of the way. And here we have the materials. So on top is just things kind of for events. and wrapping paper and some paint. And then on this one we have lip balm oils. I'm a little bit out of focus, let me just focus it. Lip balm oils, excess fragrance oils, small like molds for embeds. Oh, there's no lid on it. Like, let me find something. Like this one has little leads and stuff. Oh, you really cannot tell. And then our microphone, the labels for products, and then bath bomb colorants and mold making stuff, and behind is just some other things. In that box there is some dice. Underneath is all of our main fragrance oils. So this is like permanent collection of fragrance oils, things that should always be in stock. Up here I have excess of those. Here is like our rotating. So at the front it says front Feb candles, but that's not correct. It's actually past Feb now. But in there is candles that have been pre-mixed. Like you can see here, Billy Butcher, which is coming to the store soon. It's just a previous candle that I had the fragrance for. So it's all pre-mixed fragrances hanging out in there, or singular fragrances that aren't actually going to be used for anything currently planned. And then on this side is all planned items 100%, and some of them pre-mixed, some not. So it's a lot of fragrances, a lot of money right there. Makes me sad. And then underneath on this small shelf, this is our whipped soap base. There we have our soap loaf molds, so I have 4 of them, and if you can kind of see, not very well, there's 2 stacked in between each other. Here is just excess like materials, or not materials, like supplies for like equipment. Bio shrink wrap bags, excess wick stickers. Back here I also have like this. Here is piping bags, pipettes, and then some salts. Down below is mostly raw materials, so there we have our oils for soap making, and then lie at the very back, oils for other items such as perfumes and such, soap dough and mountain pour soap. And then I have florals and salt and clays, more clays, some lip balm items, and also coffee. And then here we have like Epsom salts, and this is like soap shavings, you know, the usual as a soap maker. And then at the very bottom is like miscellaneous personal stuff, so like tools, ironing things, patterns for cosplay, you know. And then finally, as you turn around, here is excess supplies. So this is things I don't actually need anymore, and I'm not sure what to do with them. They're really hard to resell supplies if they're really specialized, like wicks, people don't really want them. And then also Himalayan pink salt, because I use that, but I haven't opened that box yet, so that's great. And then this is the rest of the room. So that is the overview of our soap room, or our candle studio. It is not a very aesthetic room, as you can tell, but it is great for our purposes. Oh, I didn't talk about that. That is a flooring to help with wax in case it's spilled. Anyway, yeah, that is our room. It has served us well, but we definitely are in need of a better space. Even though our new space will be slightly smaller than this, it'll also be bigger, because this area here will no longer be in it, because my computer definitely takes up a big chunk of this room. So thanks for watching, and I'll do the outro now.
My love language is your time and attention. Won't you give some of it to me?